So dudes, welcome back to the Gregor Gaming Experience. I hope you all had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We're taking a look at Jett, the Valorant Protocol's resident airbender. Jett's kit is entirely based around movement. Yes, even her quickly usable smokes can be comboed up with movement to make performing her job a little bit easier. 44. Jett also has a gliding passive that lets her hopscotch into power positions on defense without using abilities, or to hover in the air like an attack helicopter with her ult that does not suffer aiming penalties from movement on the ground or in the air. Why are you making a video about duelists, Greg? I hate duelists. All duelist mains do is press W and eat hot chip and lie. Well, the community voted for it. Every time we do one of these videos, I'll upload a poll to the community tab. So after watching this video, be sure to swing by to the community page and check out that poll. Jett's primary job on attack is to get map control quickly through movement and vision denial outplays. Her primary job on defense depends on whether you're using an op or not. Typically with an op, you hold aggressive off angles, retreat when it's too hot, and play retake. If you're not playing an op, you typically play as an intel gatherer, backing off when there's too many bad guys to fight. Jett's dash is a dash.
Here they come. You have no time, guys. You gotta plan.
Yeah, dash in the direction of whatever WASD keys you are hitting at the time. Pretty straightforward. But it's kind of a pain in the butt to hit any combination of WAS or D keys without doing finger yoga when your dash key is bound to E by default. At least it was for me. Plenty of people make it work. You might make it work. Don't feel obligated to change your keybind if you don't want to, but I have my dash key bound to caps lock. Stop. You might want to use the thumb buttons on your mouse. I personally can't do that. I'm primarily a fingertip aimer, and it kind of messes with my shot. Experiment and see what works for you, though. The dash is near instantaneous. Of course, you can get fragged throughout the course of the animation. It doesn't make you... It's usable for free, regardless of whether you get a kill or not, allowing Jett to function as an intel gatherer on defense, and obviously an entry fragger on attack. 2 picks, like most duelists, lets you use this free ability again. Not even Reyna can get in some of these positions and use peel, so the fact that Jett can get to goofy spots like that and disengage for free is pretty powerful. Jett's updash is a... well, it's an updash. She just kind of goes zoom, but up. Do I need to make a whole section for this? This is kind of straightforward.
Is it Jimmy Neutron?
Got a blast. Switch. Switch dead. Usually, the boost is comboed with a dash to let you get to elevated spots that would take a considerably longer amount of time for your teammates to reach.
I'm
gonna get a gun. I'm gonna rush this guy.
Shit. There's a Spectre by... there's a Guardian by button. Yeah,
Get the Guardian.
Just
get the Guardian, I'm gonna swing.
Alright, reload. Alright, yeah, swing, go.
No way!
Fucking go! Get the ult. Get
Let's
the ult.
go.
Jett also gets up to 2 instantly launchable smokes. Holding down the ability key allows her to point to where she wants the smoke to travel, kind of like Phoenix's wall. These smokes don't last very long, so a lot like Phoenix's wall, also. They're designed almost exclusively for fast executes or to discombobulate enemies in gunfights. The cool part about these smokes is that Jett can make one-ways without having to do a bunch of setup. She can literally click one button to smoke something off, and the rest is up to you. Granted, it doesn't last very long, but it's nice to have. Unfortunately, a lot like DoorDash, you're paying for convenience, and these things cost 200 creds a pop. But you should still use them frequently. There are also Jett lineups with these smokes. Yeah, I know, Jett lineups. Yeah. This one on Haven allows you to initiate a site execute without your controller needing to smoke off Heaven right off the jump. These lineups are a bit situational though. Like I said, the smokes don't last very long. So if you send them from really far away, you're not really going to be able to capitalize on them. Also, the more time you spend airbending behind the main entrance, the more time you spend not doing entry. And that's more time the enemy takes to rotate and react to what's going on. Jett smokes, unlike lots of other abilities, synergize with the rest of her role as an agent. They vanish quickly, but can be deployed quickly too. Just like her side and up dashes can be used instantly. You can use them offensively as one-ways to keep enemies from peeking you while you take map control. You can smoke a part of the site you want to fight for and dash into it, making it difficult for the enemy to anticipate where you will exit from. Lots of agents in Valorant have unique abilities that are called upon for very unique situations, but Jett is really kind of designed like a fighting game character. Her abilities are all meant to complement each other in some kind of way. Playing this character is a little bit less about knowing when to use individual abilities and more about knowing how to sync them together to accomplish a certain kind of task. An analogy I think I can use to describe the anatomy of a take for a particular site, especially when you're attacking, is wide receivers and running routes in football. A receiver is often going to be given a particular route to run and get open with, much like how you might have a route, so to speak, that you'll want to follow to take engagements with as you're entry fragging. Here are some examples of what I mean.
Here, blocking sight. Here, blocking sight.
So, think of these takes as part of your playbook that you can expand as you get more experience. This is once again part of my broken record about duelists, where the abilities themselves are pretty straightforward, but the behavior can sometimes be a bit more nuanced. The most infamous aspect of Jett's kit are her knives, obviously. Jett can airbend up to 5 kunais and yeet them at opponents with deadly precision. 3 body shots will kill, and headshots are insta-kills. Left click sends the knives out one at a time, and refreshes the supply back to 5, if and only if you get a kill. But right-clicking will make you dump all of your knives in a sort of shotgun-like blast. It's like the 8-gauge Magnum Halo shotgun that fires a small amount of really fucking big pellets, because I guess they make that work in the 26th century for some reason. While Jett's quintuple-lot kunai gauge will one-shot anyone close and unlucky enough to you to get hit by it, it can also be very inconsistent. So just try to make sure your crosshair is lined up perfectly. Spamming at head level with left click can be tricky at close range, since while she can fire with accuracy while moving, which is great, the quote-unquote low rate of fire of her knives can make the headshot a little bit more difficult to land than you might think. This is why, contrary to what you might think is the best way to play Jett, I don't like ulting up close, primarily because I'm bad, primarily because I'm not experienced enough yet to be confident like that. What I like to do with Jett knives is try to get as much air as possible and try to snipe people from a distance at which they're going to have a hard time anticipating. The moving and shooting is a double-edged sword. You can make yourself a difficult target to hit, but especially in the air, you'll have to get used to the micro-corrections involved in Jett gliding back down to planet Earth while trying to track the target at the same time. Obviously, you can combo up the dashes that she has to make yourself really difficult to shoot, and set yourself up for some really crazy kills. Now, I know guys like Tens make it look easy, but the first time you try doing this, you might be surprised. Remember that you can refresh the knives without getting a headshot. All you have to do is take them down. So if you're just in a 1v1 gunfight, I'd say going for body shots is perfectly okay. Against multiple people, well, that's why we have Kovacs and the firing range. Practicing an ult might sound stupid, but honestly, practicing how to hit targets in the air with Jett's knives can help you out a lot, even if it's just a little warm-up before you queue. The added benefit of Jett's ult is that she can have fighting power without having to buy, which can be useful for economy reasons. The ult costs 7 points. If you're one of the only duelists on your team, most people won't have an issue with you pondering orb round after round, and obviously your more aggressive play can get you going through your ult quite a bit. Jett has the ability to force engagements on specific parts of map control. Combined with her ult, she can take engagements in the air while moving very quickly, making her hard to kill and hard to anticipate. My advice on attack, go into a custom game and practice some basic takes. Then on defense, think of yourself as a forward scout for your team, figuring out where the enemy attackers are before dashing back to safety and eventually saving up for that op. If nobody's there, ponder the free ult orb and go knives when you're ready. Deuces.
Give me those back.
Where'd you go? Oh my god!
Down.
Oh my god!